Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. Thank you guys for joining me and your support with all the episodes that I've had for the past several weeks. So this evening we have Carrie Kathleen. She is a singer, songwriter, and pianist based out of Los Angeles. Her latest single, Toxic Rush, was released September 25th. And right before we pop her into the room, I just want to share a quick song lyric with you guys from the Velvet Rope album by Janet Jackson, 1997. This special need that's within us brings out the best yet worst in us. Follow the passion that's within you. Living the truth will set you free. So always lean into your truth because it will set you free. On that note, Carrie is here and we are going to invite her into the room. Hello!
How are you?
Doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling it. I'm excited.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining. This is my guest, Kerry Kathleen. I was introducing you before you popped in the room, but for those people that just joined us, I'm going to introduce you one more time. Singer, songwriter, pianist, Kerry Kathleen from Los Angeles. So how are you doing this?
I'm doing really well. I dressed up a little bit. I feel like I got my 60s look on, so I'm excited. You look beautiful as always.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your support, and I'm really excited to get this started. So let's start the interview. I'll ask you a couple of questions. We'll roll into the performance, and then anybody who's in this room that has questions for you, we can put them in the chat, and we'll make it interactive. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So born and raised in LA, then you spent 10 years in Sonoma. Now you're back in LA. So talk to me about how old were you when you first got into music? Who inspired you?
So I got into music professionally and actually getting myself out there in 2016. As you guys know, getting over that fear of singing in front of people. You might be a great singer and you might have all this talent, but just being able to sing in front of people and not let your nerves get in the way. So that's when I finally started doing, I've been singing my whole life actually, but finally getting to sing at open mics. 16, as you guys know, for people that know me, they say I used to be really, really shy and I would not sing. So in 2016, I started doing open mics, which led to, more and more opportunities to sing and more opportunities to learn guitar. And that led to joining a band, and then now I have a full band, and then I do solo gigs, and I do acoustic gigs, I do piano gigs, and that just led to basically where we are today, which is 4 years later, and now I have my music on Spotify, I have a following on Facebook, and I do Wine Wednesdays, which is a live stream every Wednesday at 5 or 6 p.m. And just been really awesome to be able to bring both of my wine and music worlds into one. So it's been quite the journey, but it's been awesome.
Yeah. I was actually going to talk about Wine Wednesdays. So for those who don't know about Wine Wednesdays, she does her own show every Wednesday and talks about wine, but also performs. So tell us about that love of both wine and music and how your show got started.
So I have been studying wine since I was in school, since I was in college. I studied wine business, and everyone was like, hey, you should just become a sommelier, So one thing led to another, and when I was in college, I became a level 1 sommelier with the Court of Master Sommeliers, and have always loved wine and music. Those are my two things. Everybody knows that. And I've always had a really sensitive palate, so my friends have always been like, hey, pick the wines, or help us pick a wine, or help me describe this wine. And so I've always just been that go-to person. But actually one of my marketing friends who's been helping me, Evan, has given me the idea. He's like, there's not that many people that do wine and music like you. You should totally put 2 and 2 together. So I started a series called Wine Wednesdays, where I sing, review wines, and sing some more. And so I've been doing that for the last 3 months, actually. And it was like kind of scary to do it at the beginning, just because I'm like, I talk wine with a lot of people, but doing it in such a weird setting where like it's virtual can be like, in the beginning it was like, how do I do this? And then it just got better, and then I just got less nervous. Like you as a host, like you just get more and more comfortable with it as you go on.
Right. Yeah, because it's like when you first had this idea, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And one show it becomes like 6, 7, 8, 9 shows. Like, oh, I got this. But
And you're a wine lover too, right?
you know, I've had wine, but I'm not much of a wine drinker.
Yeah.
I've tuned into Wine Wednesdays before, and supported you. You're there every single night. Every single Wednesday, not every single Wednesday you do your show. So it's like when forward to that.
Yeah. Well, I can teach you about wine.
I'm always looking for new things. So actually Andrew says, hey from Philly, discovered Carrie since I saw she was going to be interviewed by you. Checked out her page, great stuff. Thanks. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for, stopping in. So tell us about the music you typically create.
So I sing from my heart, and I never ever thought I would become a songwriter. Like I said, my path was like wine, like future, like wine world only. Like I never ever thought I was going to be a songwriter. And I just pushed myself to start writing music in 2016, and I wrote my first song, which was called 1 Month Lover, and it was like super cheesy, but it was like, that was my first song, And I just became a better songwriter. Every time I would songwrite, I would learn from other people. My inspirations are Billie Eilish, Broods, Litany, Kygo, just to name a few. And so I just kept on learning, and I create music from my heart. I create music that I've gone through relationships, seeing the bright things in life, and a lot of love, a lot of romantic relationships that I've written about. And yeah, hopefully people relate to them, because I care a lot about the lyrics. I'm a melody girl, like melodies come to me, but I care a lot about the lyrics, and I definitely am a rewriter. So I definitely rewrite. I sit on a song, I come back to it a few weeks later, and I actually see if I still like it, and then I'll go from there. So I've written about, 20 songs that are good. Some songs that I'm like, eh. But I've written about 20 songs, and so I don't force myself to write all the time. I do a lot of collabs as well. So I do collabs with producers. They'll send me beats. I'll write melodies and lyrics to that. And so I do kind of my own writing, which is just me and my piano and personal. And then I also do collabs with other artists. So I'd love to do more collabs.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you're a musician, please reach out to Carrie Kathleen. She is down to do collaborations. If you looked at her Instagram before we went live, or if you know anything about Carrie Kathleen, not only does she her own, covers her own music, but loves collaborating with other people. So if you're a musician and you want to collab, please reach out to her. And yeah, because the thing is, I want this platform to reach out to other musicians, but also people that just love music.
Absolutely. So I love this. Yeah, this is such a great thing that you're doing. I feel like we need more people that are just so on it. Like you're so involved in the musicians, and you're such a big supporter, and I just really appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. That means the world to me, because I'm a music fan true, and anybody that knows me knows that I love telling people about new musicians. So that's what shows, because I've had such a diverse group of musicians. I've had people from California, people from Seattle, people from New York, a couple well. So I definitely appreciate that, and thank you so much. So would you say that the song first and then
the song first and then what was that last part?
Yeah, the song first and then instrumentals, piano, and everything.
Oh yeah, so you were cutting out a little bit. So yeah, so how I write a song is I kind of think about what I'm going through and I think about the mood. Then I
Hmm.
find basically chords that are going to fit that mood, whether I want it to be fun, upbeat, whether I want it to be kind of moody. And then I just start creating melodies in my head, but I don't pressure myself to write lyrics right away. So
Hmm.
I let the lyrics pour out later. I kind of focus on melodies, and then I'm all about rhyming, but like not all great songs have to rhyme.
Right.
So yeah, I just take it step by step and really like feel the song, feel the emotions first. Um, have melodies that are catchy, then do the lyrics, then tweak the lyrics. It's like a step by step.
Definitely. Who would you most like to collaborate?
That's so hard. I would say right now, to obviously like in a dream world, Griffin and Kygo, because Griffin
Hmm.
and Kygo take really beautiful ballads. They'll take singer-songwriter songs, and then they'll put this beautiful drop, and then they'll just bring the song to life and have this like explosion in the middle of the song, and then it goes back to the singer-songwriter. So EDM is, I'm super big into EDM.
Hmm.
But then Kygo isn't EDM. Kygo is more tropical house. So yeah, in a perfect world, work
Well,
on
you so now that it's out there, that's- we make it happen after that, right?
totally, totally. There's a lot more growing that I want to do, and I'm just excited to just see where it takes me. And I'm collabing with Milk and Cooks right now on a remix. They're remixing my song Homegirl, and this is going to be my first official like big time remix from like our bigger artists. So I'm really really excited. They said they're going to send it back to me for like a draft really soon. So
Very cool. So that's coming up.
yeah, yeah, I'm so excited. So hopefully I'll send updates about that soon. But for those of you guys that don't know me, like I love remixes. Like I'm obsessed. I always listen to the song and then I listen to the remix.
And it's a total thing because sometimes the original is good, but then sometimes the remix is better.
Totally. That's why it's like so fun to hear. Like, wow, I actually love the song on its own. And you're like, wow, I love the remix.
What are a few of your favorite songs to sing?
um, my favorite songs are songs that I'm kind of theatrical. So
Hmm.
I love anything that's like a little bit theatrical. So right now I've been singing a lot of Ava Max covers from her new song. She came out with a new album. I think The Kings and Queens is like the most famous one on there. But I love her. I love Billie Eilish. I sing like I'll sing "Dreams" by Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, and yeah, just like classic songs, but also like just putting a little spin on them. I would say most of the covers that I do when I'm in a live performance are like Billie Eilish.
Billie
So
Eilish,
I know she's so good.
she's absolutely, and to know that all that good music from a bedroom. I mean, it gives creatives some hope because now we're all stuck at
Yeah,
home.
absolutely. And she's just talented. Like she just has, I think she has a unique voice. I think she's like unique as a person. She doesn't really care what people think. She's just like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna make music, and if it sucks, it sucks, but people love it.
definitely. Do you prefer to sing covers or your original music?
I think what's interesting is when I do live gigs. Well, not now, but when I used to do live gigs, a
Mm.
lot of my originals would bleed in to a lot of covers that I would sing, and people wouldn't actually know the difference. They would think that all my covers that I sang were originals. So I would say that I like singing them equally because when I do a gig, I find songs that are going to flow right into my Carrie Kathleen vibe, and so they all kind of flow together. So it's like Billie Eilish cover, then my song. Like I'm going to sing an original tonight, and then I'm also going to sing a cover by Ava Max. So it's going to have like a little spin on original and then a cover. But yeah, I literally have people all the time at gigs like, oh, those weren't all originals. I'm like, no.
But that's a huge compliment because some people are like, oh, that was a cover. Oh, that's original. Oh, that's a cover. But for people to think all your original music, that's a huge compliment.
Super. Yeah. I was like, okay, thanks.
So what artists or genres have you been listening to in 2020?
So everything, I love everything. But like I said, my album right now that is just on repeat is Ava Max. Her new album that just came out with the Kings and the Queens song, and it has Sweet But a Psycho, has all the other songs that you guys have probably heard on the radio, and more. So I've been listening to her. I've just been, I don't know, listening to a lot of Griffin. It's an artist, he spells it Gryffin. And yeah, just a lot of EDM tracks, listening to Spotify, finding new artists. There's a British singer named Litany, and I've been listening to her a lot. And I found her on Spotify, and she's really awesome. So those are my tops.
Amazing. So how do you think that this pandemic is going to change live music?
Well, it's really, up in the air right now. Fortunately for me, I thought 2020 was going to go really, really bad as far as my music, like kind of going from singing all the time and not.
Yeah.
But fortunately, my marketing team that I've been working with, they've been just convincing me to do more live streams and like been supporting me. And now that I've done that, it's been like such a different avenue that I haven't really done many live performances. So I think if you're a musician by now, 2020 is almost over. If you haven't figured out a secondary plan, you're probably never going to figure out a secondary plan. So it's like people either rose to the occasion or they didn't. But yes, 2021, I think we should all get back into gigs as soon as we can. I want live music back. Like, I miss it so much. I miss the community. I miss the love. I miss the support. I miss just like random people walking into a bar and being like, yeah, I love that song. Like, great cover. Like, like you love it. Like, that's just such a vibe that I miss. But like I said, if you're a musician and you haven't figured out a secondary way to showcase your music in 2020, like you've had all this time to do it. So there's definitely like people that have rose to the occasion and grown their brand in so many ways online and via Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, and you've definitely done that with all the covers you've done. Like if you go back on your Instagram, you can see all have, and it's like, oh, you did a Billie Eilish cover, and then you did that, and then you did an original, and then you dropped a single, and then you were doing this, and I was like, she has been busy this year. Like you had an awesome knockout 2020.
It's been really fun, yeah. I just never expected it to be this good, but then again, when you surround yourself with good people, that's all that matters. Like, I surround myself with great mentors, and my friends really care, and like I said, shout out to Evan and Willie with Artist Collect. They've been doing Facebook marketing for me with like Facebook ads, and they've been super killing it with giving me brand advice and helping me to be my own music manager. So I'm super grateful for them. They've really taken my music from like having a sort of a following to like having super big, engaged fans and having super fans. So I'm really grateful.
So if you couldn't do music, what career path would you choose?
Well, wine.
I knew you were gonna.
My wine was like, my path was already going in a wine direction.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to be a somm. Like, this is going to be my life. And I am still a sommelier. I still have that title for the rest of my life. I became a level 2 sommelier in 2017, which is called a certified somm. And then something about music just kept on pulling me back. Something about music was like, cool, you want to do wine, but we keep on, like, I don't know, music just kept on finding a place in my life where I just couldn't ignore it. Like, it just is it's such a feeling that I can't get this feeling with anything else.
Right. And that's so powerful because yes, you have those two loves, you have wine and you have music, and then you've brought them into your own show, which is incredible. Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I really am. Especially because, somebody gave me the idea, like, to put the 2 and 2 together. And it's like, okay, you can have it all. You can do both of what you love.
Yeah. like we had to be so creative during this time, and you were like, oh, okay, I love these two things. Like I love music and I love artists, so I'm like, I'm just going to develop this show, and like, here we both are with our own shows.
Yeah, and you can be totally safe doing it. You don't have to worry about, being around other people doing live streams. It's totally safe. You can be in the comfort of your own home and you can reach millions. Like that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, it's insane. Like we're all like in our bedroom. So, well, not you, but
that's true. It's true. People are getting creative. I love it. I love seeing that. So, and I love supporting other artists. So if you're watching, send me a DM and let's support each other and let's collab.
Yes, definitely. She is open to collaborations. What song do you wish you?
Sorry, you just cut out at the very end. What song do you wish
you wrote and why?
Oh. Man, I would say just based on its popularity and based on how catchy it is, Valerie by Amy Winehouse, because it's just such a banger. And I sing it all the time, and it's just so catchy. So good.
Oh, that's a great pick. And Amy Winehouse is phenomenal.
I know, but it's like her voice.
Yes.
Like nobody else really does it just. I mean, there's like, there's some good covers of it, but her voice is so unique. I got my 60s vibe. I got my Amy Winehouse vibe. I got the hair up.
I see that.
Yeah.
What's the best?
I love her style.
So sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, I said I love her style.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Did you see the documentary on Netflix?
Yes. So good.
I was bawling my eyes.
I know. I was like, oh my God. She's amazing. It's so sad.
I know, because she was such a huge talent and she should still be with us today. But she would be rocking if she was.
Totally.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Best advice I've been given is to just go forward with your path. Don't worry about what other people think. Do you. With music, it's your followers will come if you're just focused on your music and you're just looking forward. And like, especially with like, that goes with anything. That goes with live streams. If you start your live stream and you're just waiting there and you're like, okay, waiting for people. You have to be the brand. You have to be who you are as an artist and just go for it. Even if no one's listening, you have to sing like no one's listening and just don't care what people think. That's the biggest thing you can, the best thing you can do for yourself as an artist.
Amazing. I love that. So other than Instagram, tell people where they can find you. Plug everything on social.
Well, I have a most active Instagram and Facebook where I have my lives every week. And so if you follow me, Kerry Kathleen, it's spelled right here. CarrieKathleen.music is my Instagram, and then Carrie Kathleen, you can find my Facebook page. I also have a YouTube, which is the same spelling, and that's where I have some of my music videos, which you can check out. You can check out my music on Spotify. I'm the only Carrie Kathleen on Spotify, I believe. So if you Google Carrie Kathleen with the spelling, you'll be able to see all my links, all my songs, everything. Fortunately, I'm the only Carrie Kathleen on Google, so.
That's good, because with the whole optimization, because when you Google certain things, other things pop up.
Totally. But yeah, please check out my music. It means the world to me when people actually listen to my music. And I really appreciate all of you for watching.
Wonderful. So now is the part of the show where Carrie Kathleen is going to perform for us. So right before she pops into her first song, if you guys have any questions for her, please put in the chat below, and after she sings her songs, we will get to your questions.
Cool. So this song is called an original, and this is called Right Back. The reason I wanted to do this is that for any of you guys that just need a little pump up, need a little wake me up song, this is a super banger that I wrote last year, and it was on my EP, and it's called Right Back. To be so sweet, the things you do to me, feelings upon me. feel I could play it cool, give you space. Want you to, want me to, when we fall in place. Sometimes I know I don't show what I'm trying to say. Say that I was playing games, honey, that's not the case. Baby, sorry, you do me like that, like that. Baby, sorry, I'm gonna call you back, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby, don't worry. Baby, don't worry. Ooh, I'm back, Ooh, I'm back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, right back, right back.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you want to do your second song and then we'll get into the questions?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so this next song is called Salt. Can you guys see the keyboard or no?
We cannot. Do you want to bring it down?
I can see if I can bring it down a little bit.
Yay, we can see it.
Okay, so this next song is called Salt by Ava Max. Oh, I got breaking news and it's not about you. Oh, I've been breaking nuts too, and I learned it all from you. Oh, I get my eyes on, feel like Wonder Woman. That's when you wanna live, but I'm not your woman. When my lipstick pops and I feel like Monroe, that's when you want me most. Oh, I'm not a salt, I'm not gonna cry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. I'm all out of salt, tears are running dry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm all out of salt. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm all so oh, and I'm about to celebrate. Push my head into the cake. Oh, oh, you're the sprinkle in the arm, like my sneaks and sailor on. Oh, I got my eyes on, feel like Wonder Woman. That's where you wanna live, but I'm not your woman. When my lipstick pops and I feel like the wall, that's when you want me most. So I'm not out of salt, I'm not gonna cry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. I'm not out of salt, tears are running dry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm out of salt. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm out of salt. They're gonna cry, cry, cry. I'm not assault, I'm not gonna cry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. I'm not assault, tears around and dry. I'll give you what you want, 'cause I look way too good tonight. Oh, 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 oh. I'm not assault, oh, 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 oh.
Give it up, guys. Thank you, thank you. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Got a couple questions. If you have questions, please put them in the chat. So if you could learn any instrument, what would you want to learn?
If I could learn any instrument, so hard. I would just say continuing to learn keyboard because I'm still a newbie. I only started learning keyboard last year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were longer than that.
So basically, I know how to play. Like, I know the theory. I know all the chords. I can figure out inversions. I can figure out everything. But I would say I'm still like beginner intermediate in the sense that I don't play like long classical tunes yet. You know, I just pretty much play cover songs. And so yeah, I would definitely say I want to learn more deep diving into piano.
Now, did you teach yourself to play or were you trained on the piano?
So I taught myself and to play in the beginning, and then I had, for about 6 months, I had kind of intermittent lessons from my friend Justin, and he kind of taught me the basics. But yeah, I taught myself how to play guitar and piano for the most part, with a few intermittent lessons because I have theory background.
Yeah.
So.
Where would you love to perform? Like what venue?
So I've never really performed in LA, and I know that sounds crazy, but for the last 10 years, I was living in Sonoma and Napa, and so I performed up there with my band, and we were supposed to have gigs down here, but COVID. So yeah, I would like to perform at the W Hotel in Hollywood. I would like to perform at, places like that. Just like hotel gigs would be super fun because I love to dress up.
I love that. When is your next album coming out?
So my next song that's dropping is my Homegirl remix. That'll be dropping soon, probably next month. And then I'm writing a song right now. I'm doing a collab with a producer named Loop's Empire, and we are coming out with a song that I just did a little sneak peek for yesterday in my story, and I'm recording that right now in my bedroom studio, and then hopefully that'll be released. Hopefully either next month or December, one of those. So stay tuned for Homegirl and a new original song.
Definitely. Chris wants to know, is there a specific song you've written that's closer to your heart than others, and why?
Yes. So when I wrote the song Bright, which I think is the most emotional of all my songs, when I wrote Bright, I was going through a really hard time with a job transition and feeling like I was doing so much, and I felt like I was giving so much, but people just weren't either believing in me at the time, or I just felt like my roads were kind of coming to an end, and I was just really down on myself. I was really sad, and that was in like April of 2019. And that's when I decided to write Bright, and I think that song has the most meaning to me just because the song is just chords. I just literally wrote the song as chords that were just moody and haunting, and I repeated that for months and months, just the chords, and I took it to my producer, and he goes, okay, I'm going to bring your song to life, and he brought the song to life and added this super cool hook that, to me, the song, the meaning, the production, everything about the song is just fire. Like, it just means so much to me because that's the song that most people relate to, because it's about seeing light at the end of the tunnel. It's about going through really hard times, going through sadness, and being like, this is going to end. You know, all things will pass, and that's what the song is about.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
So, is there any advice that you would give people during this time? Because we're in quarantine, going through such crazy things in their life. Like, how do you get through? Are there like certain coping mechanisms that you use, or like how are you getting through this time?
Yeah, I would just say, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, figure out days where you do have a really good day, where you're super productive. Like, figure out what went right that day. Like, did you get more sleep? Did you, you know, were you not hungover for the first time in a long, whatever the case. Like, did you take more vitamins or whatever? Like, did you go for a walk? So just like, I think for me, it's just figuring out days where I am the most productive and where I get the most done. Like, just keeping track of what I did that day, so I know like what's going to motivate for me for the future. And yeah, now that I'm 29, I feel like, I don't know, like I'm just more aware of my body and like just taking care of it better. And juicing works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but I just take vitamins and I juice and I get lots of sleep. And I'm just not super hard on myself, but on days where I know I need to get stuff done, I just try to motivate myself by, you know, just getting up early and getting it done.
Definitely. What kind of juices do you do?
Right now I do celery juice for energy and for just brain clarity for it does a bunch of stuff. But celery juice is supposedly like the cure-all. It helps you, I don't know, it's supposed to help you like fight off viruses. It's supposed to help you with a lot of things because it has some mineral salts in it.
Mhm.
So I do celery juice literally on its own. I know that sounds weird, but I drink it on its own. And I found out that Novak Djokovic, which is like he used to be the number one tennis player in the world, I found out he drinks celery juice. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good for you. Because like
Yeah,
if he's a tennis pro and he's doing it, it's got to be good.
exactly. Well, because it's like, yeah, you want to take care of yourself and take vitamins and juice, but I love to know what people do because we
Yeah.
all have our thing. But then, yes, I have heard about celery juice and I have heard about like,
Do you like it?
I've never done celery juice by myself, but I feel like I could do that.
Yeah, it's
But
really good.
you do
You have to have a juicer. Because
Yeah,
if you don't have a juicer and you blend it in your blender, then you'd have to
yeah.
get a cheesecloth and like strain out all the juice, which would be kind of
Oh,
annoying. So I have a juicer. They're only $100 discounted at Bed Bath and Beyond.
and
So
Bed Bath & Beyond always says coupon. So
yeah. So get yourself a juicer. It's totally worth it. Celery is so cheap, and
yeah,
literally it doesn't taste bad. You juice it
right.
in the morning. It gives you tons of energy.
Mhm.
It's really good. It's just good for your body all around. With like, you can look up all the benefits of it. Um, yeah,
How about vitamins? What kind of vitamins do you take?
I take probiotics, cranberry stuff, and just like a multivitamin usually.
Mhm.
Keep
I'm
it
like
simple.
very so 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 these
Yeah,
are more my than they are
I know.
other people.
I keep it simple. Like because I'm not deficient in a lot of things. Like if you're a person that's like, I find myself really deficient in a certain vitamin, then
Definitely. Awesome.
hi, Kira. Hi.
Where do you 5 years?
Where do I see myself?
Yeah.
5 years. Um, in 5 years, I would like my music to continue to grow, and I'd like to do it. I of course love to do a national tour. I'd love to get my band back, have like a band reunion. I'd love to go on tour. I'd love to hopefully have an album, like a full-length album by then, and yeah, just be able to make music and just continue to do what I love.
Hmm. Amazing. Does anybody have any last minute questions for Carrie Kathleen?
Last chance.
I have one. I
Yeah.
know that you're pretty healthy and you've been doing a lot of vitamins during quarantine. but what is your guilty pleasure? Like, what are you like, oh my gosh, I'm craving this? Is there anything that you've been craving?
The two main things that I crave are pickles and sweets. So
Oh,
I'm like obsessed. I love like warm baked cookies and pastries and cakes. Like I have such a sweet tooth. So if anyone brings me cake, it'll totally make my day, of course. And I mean pickles, I don't know. Like I like pickled things a lot.
so have you tried sprinkles cupcakes?
Yes, they're good.
Gosh, they are to die for. So in New York, they used to have an ATM. Do they still have the ATM in LA?
I have seen one before. Like I saw one in the LA airport, I think.
Awesome.
They literally have it in the airport. It's a vending machine. You just get a cupcake and you're like, okay.
It's so cute because it's like you think of an ATM like going your money, but for those who don't know what we're talking about, Sprinkles Cupcake is an incredible cupcake place, and the only New York location at the ATM. And it was so cool. And then they got rid of it, and I was like, why would they get rid of it?
Oh my
Like,
gosh. That's so
but
funny.
when I think of Sprinkles Cupcake, I just it's dangerous. So
I
I
know,
try
it's so dangerous.
I a lot because I'm trying to keep my weight down during quarantine. So
Hard. Where do you want to perform next? I just missed that. I just saw that question. I would love to perform anywhere in LA that's like a night and like a nicer, it could be a bar, hotel. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. I've been really busy lately, so I haven't done as much research. So just let me know if you have any suggestions.
where's the first place you're going to go after COVID?
I love traveling. I miss traveling. I would say I miss my friends more than anything up north in Sonoma, Napa, and I was supposed to go visit them for my birthday, but the trip got canceled last minute, unfortunately. So I couldn't go, and I had it planned for a while. I was like, oh man, but so I would say as soon as I can, I would love to go back up there, and I would love to visit my friends and just go wine tasting, go to Napa, go to Sonoma, drive through the vineyards. I just miss all the greenery. I miss all my friends. I miss all my favorite restaurants. They have literally some of the best food in Sonoma, Napa, like in the country. Like Sonoma, Napa is like food and wine mecca, and I just miss that.
So as far as food places, do you have any favorite restaurants up in that area?
So my favorite restaurants are in Healdsburg. There's a bunch of really cool spots. Galette, Chalkboard, Bravas. In Santa Rosa, there's this place called Bird in the Bottle that is insanely good. And Willie's. Yeah, there's actually a lot of Michelin star if you're into that. Like you don't have to obviously go to Michelin star, but there's one Michelin star restaurant called Farmhouse. They do a 3-course. You get to choose your own 3 courses, and it's in Russian River Valley. And it's like $109 for 3 courses, and it's a 1 Michelin star restaurant. So that's one of the best bang for your bucks if you want to go like super fancy without super expensive. But yeah, Sonoma, Napa. I mean, I just like get so hungry thinking about it. I miss it so bad. Hi, Cody.
Hi, Cody. Thank you for joining us. Do you have any pets?
So I do. I have a cat, but my roommate that I'm currently living with, she actually has a husky. So when I moved in here, I was like, oh shoot, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring my cat. So funny enough, my parents, they are petless as of last year. They lost their dog. And so they are actually watching my cat for me, which is so sweet. And my mom sends me pictures and she's like, we kind of fell in love with your cat. So I go and visit my cat once a week usually. And then I live with a husky. So like I literally have the best of both worlds. I get to go visit my cat. He's with his grandparents and he freaking loves his grandparents. And he's the cutest cat in the world. His name is PJ. He's a black and white striped tabby. He's fat, he's loving, he's just super outgoing. And I miss him, but it's for the best. And then the dog that I live with, he's just a cute, fluffy, super like mellow husky. So I'm very lucky.
Oh, so cute. Because it's like wherever you go, you're always surrounded by pets.
Yeah, I love pets. I'm such a pet person. I love cats and dogs. Like you can't choose between cats and dogs because like I love them both. So
They're so sweet and they're so loving, and it's like they're always so excited to see you.
exactly. Do you have any pets, by the way? I didn't ask you.
I grew up with cats. We had two dogs that passed. So unfortunately, not at this time. I love pets, but it just I come so close to them, and then
Yeah.
then I'm
So
heartbroken. So
yeah.
I mean, I love pets from afar, and I definitely like will take a pet in if they need to. They, if someone's like, oh my gosh, I'm going somewhere for a couple days, can you watch my pet? I'll watch the pet. But like, I feel like being a full-time pet parent, like I just become so attached, and like I see dogs get old, and it makes me so sad.
Oh, believe me, I know. I hope my cat lives forever. I really do. Like I'm hoping he's one of the ones that like lives to be like 20.
Yeah,
He's only 7, so hopefully he's still got a ways to go.
young cat. Would you like to play one more song for us?
Um, I think that's all the songs I had prepared for today, but I will totally like I'd love to do this again with you in the future and then yeah, and I'm gonna start doing my Wine Wednesdays again next week. So
Okay. Any last minute questions, Carrie Kathleen?
thank you guys all for tuning in. This means a
Yes.
lot. Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
support.
And if you don't already, please follow Carrie Kathleen, follow her on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, all that good stuff. Listen to her music. There's a lot of people in the chat cheering you on. Bless, Chris. Lots
Thank
of
you.
thank
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Paula.
And we appreciate your support. And guys, I do this show at least once a week, and I always bring amazing musicians to the forefront. So thank you guys for tuning in. And please follow me if you want to, you know, amazing musicians. Jeff said thank you, amazing performance.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, I think we're going to end it. Thank you so much for being a guest tonight. I'm very appreciative of your time. And
Thank you.
of course. And yes, come back on the show anytime if you want to talk, if you want to play anything that you want to do. My platform is your platform. And
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. I want to do this again. Like this was such a blast. Thank you for everyone that joined. Thank you for all your guys' support, and hopefully we'll do this again.
Yes. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. And like I said, follow Carrie Kathleen and her musical journey.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye, guys.